Hello all, in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you all the activities I'm going to be adding to my son's Montessori inspired shelf for the month of November. Currently it's not on the shelf because his October stuff is there, so the night of the 31st I will take everything off and have these items laid out for him starting November 1st. But I want to share the ideas with you now in case you wanted to do something similar for your children. So this first activity is a floral arrangement. So I happen to have this skull here that has a lot of holes in it. The skull came from Dollarama and a bunch of these silk flowers, and it's just for my son to arrange the flowers in any way he would like and then decorate the skull for the Day of the Dead. So I think it's a super cute activity. Now you don't have to have the skull, you could just use any type of like brightly colored flowers and a regular vase. So that's the first activity. So just a floral arrangement. And then the next activity I have is for Remembrance Day. So I have one of these reforms from the Dollar Tree and some of the Christmas green garland, and it's just for my son to weave the garland onto the reform and make a wreath for Remembrance Day. I also have this little knitted poppy that my mom made, so he can add that to his wreath when he's finished. So it's just practicing his kind of lacing, weaving skills. I have a cutting activity for Diwali. So I will link where I got this down in the description. So this is just Diwali cutting strip practice. So it has some beautiful candles, some fireworks. So little people, it says Happy Diwali, and it's got the lines, and then I have the child safe scissors, and I just printed out multiple copies of this, and it's just for my son to try to practice his cutting skills along these lines. Also in the month of November is the American Thanksgiving. So what I had done for that activity is I cut up a bunch of Thanksgiving themed paper plates. So there was ones with little turkeys and there's ones with cornucopias. I cut them in very odd, just cut them in different zigzags and curves. And it's just for my son to find the correct matches. So there's 4 of the turkey one, and there's 4 of the one with the cornucopia. So he just has to find all the correct matches and match them up like puzzle pieces. And then I put together a sand tray for him as well, just going over some birds. So I just took this red sand from the Dollarama, and I have these little Melissa and Doug letter puzzle boards. They are double-sided, but we're just going to be focusing on like this one: S for swan, N for nest, O for owl, Q for quail, and G for goose. So again, going over the names of the birds as well. So the way I want my son to do this is kind of like the sandpaper tracing. I want him to trace in here first with his finger, and then if he puts one in here, he's to draw with his finger the letter S. So practicing his writing skills. And then you can just shake this up. There you go. Shake it up and then say he's doing G. Trace out the G like that. So it's our little sand tray I came up with. And I just put it in one of the little Melissa and Doug wooden boxes. So then I have some games that I made, and I have these printables on our Facebook page if you want to print them out. So this one is just an old tin to a cookie container, and I could have laminated this, but I just put in one of these sheet protectors, and I just printed out a scene of like a forest and a barn. And then I have all these little cute little animals that I taped on little magnets. And it's just for my son to sort out where the animals will live. So there's farm animals, and then there's animals that live in the woods. So if he's got, and we'll say the name of the animal. So horse lives at the farm, A deer will live at the forest. A bear will live in the forest. A cow will live at the farm. So just to go over where different animals live. This last one I'm going to show you, I also came up with, and I have the printable for this at on my Facebook page as well. So I'll leave the link to our Facebook page there. So it's not showing up, but this one is red. I am orange. I am yellow, and I am brown. And I found a bunch of different objects around our house that are kind of fall and farm themed items that are the same colors. So we have a kind of like foresty. So we have a hedgehog, and I want my son to look at the objects. Now he technically could put this were in brown too, but it's for orange, so he put the orange one there. We have this little red barn, so red. We have this little Lego corn, so there. And then we have this little pine cone for brown. So you don't need these objects. You can look around your house. They don't have to be fall, farm, forest themed. They could be any fall colors. Even Legos you could use for this, or little cars. And just have your children sort them out into these fall colors on the mat here. And I'll be sure to link the where I got the Diwali cutting sheets in the description, and I'll also put our Facebook link in the description if you wanted to print out any of these printables. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching this video, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Take care. Bye.